because I know a lot of people struggle with talking to people. It's like the hardest thing ever because it's terrifying,
It
right?
is. I can get up in front of a courtroom full of people and talk to them about the crap I have in my hand, like legal proceedings. Talking
Yeah.
to somebody about Beachbody. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So what scares you about it?
Um, it's the rejection.
Uh-huh.
I'm terrified of rejection. I
Uh-huh.
don't handle it well.
And what's your biggest fear that somebody's going to say to you?
Well, I'm a part of another group through Facebook, and like
Yeah.
just even scrolling through, like there are girls would be like, "Oh my god, this girl, all she talks about is her Shakeology," and it's hard because I'm
Um,
super proud of what I'm doing, and it's the negative feedback.
yeah. That group, if that goes on any longer, I would get out of that group because that is negative. Erase
Yeah,
the negativity that you can, control the controllable for sure. Um, and then that is where your posting comes into play, in sharing why you love Shakeology and why you want to share it with others. So making a post about, I know sometimes it gets a little old seeing my Shakeology, but let me just tell you what it's done for my life and why I want to share it with everybody, because I would feel bad if somebody was having the same problems I did and I didn't share about this as well. So like putting it into that type of terms, and you're not going to win everybody over. There's
no,
always negative people. Um, but using your post to kind of educate your audience, when you start putting yourself out there like that, it's terrifying. And you are going to have people who say rude comments or unfriend you or unfollow you. But eventually, you're going to cycle out those friends and you're going to cycle in newer friends who support you. And eventually, you're not going to have any haters. And if you do, the second they comment, all of your support system will just take them down quick. You won't even have to say anything. And that's when you know you've arrived. So at the beginning, you might have a little bit of pushback because you're causing resistance, you're causing change. People don't like change. They don't
no.
want somebody to do something that they're not comfortable with. So they're going to try to take you back down to their level, and just post about it and educate them on why you're doing it. So they know that you're not just trying to spam them. You're not trying to sell them something just to earn a few bucks. You're here to actually help them like it's helped you. Like you said, I'm proud of what I do, and so share why you're proud of it. That's huge. You got to use your platform as an educating tool
Okay.
instead of a selling tool, which I don't think neither of you guys sell. Like you don't
No.
like, you're not salesy. So I know you're not doing that, but I know the feeling. I do. What other questions do you guys have, and where are your hang-ups when talking to people?
That's my biggest one. And just like the opener, yeah, one of our big things is to invite, invite, invite. I
Yeah.
have no idea how to I don't feel comfortable messaging people out of the blue, right?
Yes.
So I'm really struggling with that.
I would say maybe like controlling the conversation too. I guess I have a hard time with that.
Controlling it, yeah, because it gets away too. Yeah,
Yeah.
once you get started, then all of a sudden you're talking about shoes, and you're like, "Oh crap, how do I get
This
back?"
is not where I wanted this to go.
Yeah, trust me, that happens to me every day still. Okay, so first, starting out, the only thing I can tell you is we have all of these files, with different ways that we invite, and we have all the information we need on how to invite and to use your own wording. Look at our wording. And if it sounds like something that you would say, then use it, or kind of use it as a guideline. But really, the only way to get okay with it is to practice. Practice makes perfect. And I wish there was a magical answer that made it easier, but there's not. And before doing Beachbody, I was a Mary Kay consultant, and I would have been really good at Mary Kay if I would have done, that was one of their vital behaviors too, was inviting people to get a facial. And I never once asked anybody. I only did it to people who came to me. Never once. And I still did it for 3 years and was semi-successful. But if I would have actually done that, I know that, oh yeah, I would have totally been totally fine. And now with Beachbody, I realized that in the beginning, I was like, okay, this company wants me to do the same thing. Probably do it. And I started with just 5 people a day. I was like, I'm only going to do it. And I would go down and sit in front of my computer, and the people who are online, on the right side of your screen on Facebook, it shows who's actually online. I would click the top 5 people, and the little chat box comes up on the bottom of your screen. So I'd click 5, and I'd be like, okay, I got to message these 5 people. And I would just do it. And then I would shut down my computer and walk away. Like, I was terrified. But I was,
oh my God, they would actually answer.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And it's like, yeah, they answer, then you're like, what do I do now?
That's it.
And so then I would come back and I'd be like, holy
You weren't supposed to answer back.
information. Oh my gosh, and I mean, trust me, I was terrified, but they always responded nice. I don't know the last time I think I've only had maybe 2 people be rude to me in their response. Like, please stop messaging me. This is awful. The things that you are afraid that people are going to say to you. Usually if somebody says no, they're like, I appreciate you messaging me, and you've messaged me a lot. Like, these are the rudest ones. You've messaged me a lot, but I really don't think it's for me. But I appreciate it. And it's their way of saying, please stop messaging me. Yeah. And I get the hint, and I don't message them anymore, but at least they were nice about it. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't mean they don't like me. It just means they're not interested. But most of the time people are. They're like, okay, sure, just give me some information. And then I have a script. I have a script that I follow. And my next part in the conversation is, what is a challenge group? If somebody says, I'm interested, give me more information, what do I have to do, tell me more, all of those type of responses, then I send them that little paragraph. And it says, let me share my screen now, show it to you, and I can put it in our team page if it's not there already. It's kind of a newer one. Sorry guys, I have to log in here.
I hate when they log us out.
Mine does it every time, and I do it as like a security feature, but it's still annoying. I'm like, dang, security. Okay. So mine is, what is a challenge group? And it's a little paragraph. I have a Facebook group that you can access through the web or a smartphone, filled with my clients, all mainly women who are on their own health and fitness journey. Every day we check in, help each other, post our food intake for the day, a workout picture, anything that you want really. I have a point system in the group. The more you post, the more time your name gets put in a drawing for a prize each month, along with weekly mini competitions for fun. We are a group of caring women who love to uplift and support each other. It's very inspiring, actually. Does this sound like something that would benefit you? So it's literally what my challenge groups are. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused. They're like, should I really tell them what's going on? Tell them exactly what it is, because what we have is awesome. Always they say, does this sound like something that would benefit you? Yes. Hardly ever do they say no. Yes, but can you tell me a little bit more? I say, sure, I would love to tell you more. And then I go on to script 3. I say, oh, super, I'm so glad you agree. They always agree. I will give you details and cost info that is totally based on what you already have at home. Some people have everything. Others need to make a purchase, but my coaching is always free for sure. Just answer these last few questions for me and I'll get you all the info ASAP. And then I have questions in there. And then I say at the bottom, I know it's a lot, because some people are like, all these questions. But usually they respond back to this with like paragraphs of information. And sometimes it's annoying, but it's also nice. It's like, okay, that's them reaching out for me for help. If they send you a ton of information, they are really interested. They are ready for a change. They're like, this is what I've got going on. I need somebody to help me fix this. And then after they send me that, I say, based on your information, I have a program that I really think would be best for you, or I have a couple programs. A lot of times I'll send them 2 or 3 options. Take a look at these and let me know if any of them stand out. And I send them 3 videos, and that is literally based on what they tell me, so I know a lot of coaches are like 21-day fix all day long. I personally don't like the 21-day fix. So
I hate 21-day fix.
yeah. So I always, I'll send it if somebody wants it, or if they need help with meals, or they say, I just suck at eating right, then it's a good program because it does help with eating, and some people love it. But if somebody,
Extreme.
what?
I loved the extreme, but I just
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
regular.
I like the extreme much better. But like today I was talking to a lady and she loves yoga. She loves running. She loves Pilates, Tai Ching or something she loved. So I basically sent her Pio and said, girl, you're going to love this, so you got to just kind of, what they want is what I send them. And then after they say yeah to that, or like, sure, I love that workout, but really how much is this going to cost is always the next question. Always. Yep. So then I go.
Because then I always, do I tell them the cost or what do you do? Just send
yeah.
it? Or?
Yep. Always. I say, now the other part of my challenge, and this is kind of a long thing, but I send it all at once. I talk about Shakeology. I send a video. This is this link is for Tony Horton. It's like a 7-minute video, but he talks about how Shakeology is better than any protein shake.
Because it is.
We've done that Hunter one, when he's out on the hunt or whatever.
Okay. Yep. That one's cool, but I don't think it gives a full effect of why Shakeology is better, because there's a lot of products out there that use the same ingredients that Shakeology does, just not as many. Like they'll have maybe 7 superfoods where we have 7D,
Okay.
It's crazy. So I really like that Tony Horton one, and I think it seals the deal. Really, it's like
one's better.
Yeah. And you can find it if you guys follow me on my YouTube page. That Tony Horton one that I send is in my favorites.
Now, can you put this stuff like to where, you know how like when you send them and it's always got like a coach name or sometimes Beachbody if you're lucky. Can you get it to where it's like your YouTube video, from your YouTube?
This one is from Beachbody. I try to use them all from Beachbody.
Okay.
So, and if they're
like you couldn't send 21-day fix, it got blocked or marked as spam. So I just wondered if there was a way.
I have a different 21-day fix in mine that's not marked as spam. So go into mine. It's not Beachbody. That one is a different coach, but it's not spam. But if you go into my playlist, Beachbody workouts, it's the second 21-day fix one that you find.
Okay. I know Leslie had one, so I've been sending Leslie, but then I was like, how did she do that? How do I put it up on my own?
I don't know how people do that, honestly, but I've never had anybody go to somebody else because of it, ever. Just because I follow up with them.
Right.
I'm like, hey, did you watch that? And then at the end, I say, that's the gist of everything. I've told you everything, really. And then, so for everything in your challenge, your total investment is $140. And I, change that if it's not $140, some of them are more. And then I describe how $130 of that is actually the meal replacement. And then I break it down per shake. And then I say at the end, a little jab of, I actually get it for $3.45 a shake as I'm a coach. Does that sound amazing? Let's do this. That's what I say about everything. Let's do this, so that's my wording. And that's when they come back with either, yeah, heck yeah, or I gotta wait, I gotta save money, I gotta talk to my husband. I didn't know it would cost that much. All of the objections. So I have I'm gonna remind me. I have a common objection. I can share these whole Evernote files.
I love Evernote.
I love Evernote too. Yeah.
You have way more than I do.
Oh, girl, this is like my life.
I have no idea what this even is.
Oh, You need to get Evernote. It's
Yes, you need to. And you save everything you ever want to like copy, and it's amazing.
every
It's
time you write something and you're like, well, that was really good. Like today I was talking to a girl about coaching, and the way I described it, I was even inspired. I inspired myself. So I gotta go back and copy and paste that and put it in here because I'm like, I'm gonna have to use that again.
or else like someone else, and the way they invite to a
Yes.
challenge or something, and I'll copy and paste it in here.
Heck yeah.
How they describe what Shakeology is, and I'm like, I like that wording, or stuff I want to remember for later.
Yes. And when you're in like the team page and somebody said something, you're like, I gotta remember that. Copy it to Evernote. Yep. So these are all of my common objections. How much is Shakeology? Some people just message me out of the blue, and that's their question. The only thing they ask. And I'll talk to them a tiny little bit. I'll be like, hey, so you're interested in Shakeology? What has you interested in it? And they'll tell me. And then I get right to the point. Usually when people ask you that question, they don't want to be beating around the bush. They want to know. So this is what I send them. Shakeology is 130 for 30 days. I like to follow that number up with some facts about it as well, as that always scares people. Wink. And then I just talk about it. So I'll send all of these to you. But these objections, these responses work. I like real food. That's something I get a lot. I want to eat my food. I don't want to drink a shake. Okay, well, so do I. But a lot of people have.
I still eat food.
I know. I still eat food, guys. Like, I'm not like drinking everything. It's just crazy. Let's see.
It fills in your gaps.
Yes, and that's what this basically says. As someone who knows that I don't eat the perfect balance of nutrients every day, Shakeology is a great source as a nutrition supplement to my already healthy meals. And I also like to say that, and I don't know if I have this written anywhere. It's just something that I say. I should probably write it down. But I always tell people when we are trying to lose weight, when everybody tries to lose weight, the only way to lose weight is to cut your calories down, to have a calorie deficit, right? So when you are cutting out calories, naturally your nutrition is going to be cut as well. Most people on a weight loss journey will eat 12 to 1,800 calories a day. There's no way that in 12 to 1,800 calories a day, you can get the nutrition that you need for your body. You would need to eat like 5 heads of lettuce. Like you just can't do that. Well, most people can't.
Like ultimate reset. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yes. That's basically what you're doing. And so what Shakeology does is it gives you a calorie deficit. It's low calorie, but it gives you all that nutrition. So you don't have to worry about having a calorie deficit. So it's easier to lose weight. When your body has the proper nutrition, it sheds weight because it doesn't need it. When it doesn't have the proper nutrition, it holds on to weight in case it needs it. So I try to explain that to people a lot. I should probably write that out too.
I was going to try to copy it or write it as you said it, and I did not.
Yeah. I'll have to write it out.
That's like really good.
I don't want a weight loss shake. A lot of people think it's just for weight loss. I don't get that very often anymore, and I think it's because I post about this a lot, how Shakeology is not a weight loss shake. So I think my audience knows now that it's not for weight loss. But I do have this. Money, money, money. I have to just send this all to you, and you guys can read through it, save it to your own Evernote, and then you can edit it, if you want to add stuff or whatever.
No, she's gonna download that.
Yes, I am.
Yes. You'll probably have to download it to look at it. Yeah.
Jill, do you use a PC or a Mac?
This is a Mac.
It's a Mac? Okay. I'm just looking.
Yeah. I love it. Mm-hmm.
My honey, along with my trip, just bought me a laptop. So I now need to learn how to use a MacBook.
Oh, you'll love it. Once you get it, you'll love it. Like it's definitely different. but it is so much smoother. Like I can work so fast on this, so fast. And I love that there's apps. It's just like your phone. You know, everything that's on my phone is also on my computer. They all
I
sync.
have an Android phone though. That's the thing.
Oh,
So it's a total brain switch.
turn it. You'll still love it. You'll like your MacBook. It's awesome.
She's gonna get an iPhone next.
You
I
are.
swear, Beachbody
Probably.
are Apple. Like Beachbody funds Apple all the way.
Yeah, I know, right? You would think because it's like, why does everybody have Apple? But it works. It's so much. It's just everything is so simple. I love it. Yeah. So this is
Anything,
saved.
everything on my phone and my iPad.
Huh?
I do everything off my phone or my iPad. I've like not touched a computer in forever.
Oh my
I have
god.
an iPad. I use it to read off of. That's about it.
I have a
I
Kindle
hate
for my
working
reading.
phone. Everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I hate working from my phone. I am a speed demon. So like when I'm typing, I can just whip out stuff so fast on a computer. And on my phone, using my big fat thumbs and autocorrect, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. And switching in between screens on here is hard, whereas on here I can just toggle back and forth so easy. Love it. But I saved the exact price objection that Anita, when I first started, I didn't sign up as a coach at first. And then I messaged her and I was like, I'm really sorry. I love your group, but I'm going to have to stop Shakeology. I can't afford it. You know, what a lot of people say. And this is exactly what she sent me. And I have seen her post this so many times. It was definitely scripted and I had no idea. It sold me exactly what she sent me. I read it. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do another month and then we'll see. And then the next month I became a coach because I wanted a discount. So these things work. And so I send this one sometimes too because it worked on me. So works on other people. Yeah, I have
You have
seriously.
a ton. Holy cow.
There's 19. Yeah. Whenever I see something, I copy and share it. And you guys, it works. And once you copy and paste it enough, I could write this out for you probably by memory.
Word for word.
Yeah. Which is nice. So if you're ever in a spot where you don't have Evernote or whatever, then you actually know what to say. Or when you're doing a training like this and somebody's like, what do you say when? Then you know, because you're like, oh, I've typed it out a million times. So this is what I say. So this is how I do my scripting. Now, when you get off track, you know, like when we were talking about, shoes or whatever, you just bring it back. You just say, girl, I could talk about shoes all day long because you know I love shoes, but let's get down to business here. I think you're interested in my fitness group. Am I correct? Or I could talk about shoes all day long, but we were just talking about my fitness group, and that does start Monday, and I don't want you to miss out on that opportunity. So let's talk about that for a minute. What are your health goals, or however you can, but wrap it back around.
This seems so easy. Oh my God.
Because I've done it a million times. Practice, guys. I had the same exact conversation with Anita so many times I can't even tell you. I used to our calls were on Tuesdays. She would do one-on-one calls with her coaches. This is when she was a diamond and she actually had time. Now she doesn't even do that with her coaches because she doesn't have the time. But I was lucky enough to get those, and it was Tuesday at 3:00 in the afternoon. And every Tuesday at 3:00, I showed up with a pen and paper, and I would have 5 or 6 questions, and I would list them off. She would only give me 20 minutes. That was our time limit, because even though she was a diamond, she still had a lot going on. She's like this powerhouse. She's a whole different person, like a whole different breed of person.
I want like Anita.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I love it. She's one of my best friends, but we are totally different. You know, that's not my thing.
I don't think there's many Anitas out there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know. The lady who owns our gym, she is the gym that I work at. She's the same way. She's like this she's in her 60s. She is ripped. She is just muscle everywhere, but hot. And man, she kicks my butt. I didn't work out today because yesterday I went to her step class and I can barely move today. I can barely move. I'm like, oh my gosh, she just kills me. So, and she's just the same way. But that's what you do. And it's just practice. It is literally just practice. And sometimes you'll say something and you'll realize it might not have been a good response. I've pushed people away many times and I'm like, oops, I think I said that wrong or that came across wrong. And you learn from that. You're like, okay, next time I'm not going to do that. And move on and keep inviting. That's just, that's how we do it. Just like if you were starting out a new job and it was your first week on the job, you have to train, you have to do a whole bunch of things that are scary, that you're like, this is out of my comfort zone. But you do it, and eventually a year later, all of those things that were scary in the beginning are like easy. You're like, I can't believe I was scared about that. I do it all the time now. It's the same way with Beachbody. So practice is really the best advice I can give you. I will definitely give you all of these scripts. Let's see what else I have in Evernote. I don't even go through this very often. Challenge, cow injection. Yeah, I have so many just random stuff. Oh, my marketing folder, I use that a lot. And I talk about this a lot. So you guys, stop me if I'm repeating something that I already talked about. But this is my marketing folder. So there's 64 notes in here. These are posts that I make, the long, drawn out posts that are like inspiring, whatever.
My posts are never that long, ever.
And they don't have to be. If you don't like long posts, then you don't have to be long. I don't do it very often. It's occasionally, a few times a week. But there are some days when I'm like, I need to post something with value, and I haven't done it in a while, but I'm not inspired right now, or Cece's screaming in my ear and I can't hear anything to write, like normal stuff. I have 64 of them already written out from over a year, and I go in here, and if I haven't used one in a while, I'll look at it and I'll readjust it. Like right here, here's one that I wrote about Shakeology. And the last time I used it was in November of last year. So I could easily
Did you change the date then?
Yeah, so I could easily go through, make sure it fits for this season, make sure it's all still accurate. And then once I post it, I change the date to the day that I posted it. So I just know, don't post this again for a while. This one was from 10. Holy cow, yeah. So I do this all the time. This is my marketing folder. And whenever I make a new one, I copy it and put it in here. And some of them I use more than once because they get a lot of traction, so I'll use it every 3 months. But it's really helpful because not everybody sees all of your posts. So you think, everybody's going to read the same thing. No. Or they see it and they just keep scrolling because on the day that they saw it, they didn't care. But the next time you post it, they might be really struggling with whatever you're posting about that day and actually read it. So every time I post these, I've never had somebody say, you just posted this. Nobody knows. Nobody remembers. So, and I got that tip. This whole marketing folder tip was from Shelly Hobbs. She's the one who taught me to do this. Because I was like, Shelly, how do you do it? And she's like, girl, I use the same stuff over and over. I'm like, what? And you change the picture that goes with it. And you have to change a little bit of it, like if you're talking about dead of winter and it's middle of the summer, you have to change those words, but it doesn't take much work. So Evernote is a lifesaver. But what other things can I help you guys with talking to people or with anything in general?
You covered what I was looking for.
Good. That's what I want. And I know, Kelly, we talked on Monday, so I know you already asked a lot of questions then. So you're probably like, I don't know. And Andy, you guys have both been coaches for a long time. Andy, when did you join?
2 years ago in November.
Okay. Yeah. And Kelly, how long have you been coaching?
3 years.
Yep. So you guys should talk a little bit more and bounce struggles off each other, because you have what's nice about you guys, the both of you, is that you do have the knowledge of, like, when I say don't sell, share. I think you've probably heard me say that a billion times over the past couple of years. So it's like ingrained in you. So you guys could totally be good success partners or just friends talking
Jill's
to each
like,
other.
quit asking me all these questions,
No,
Kelly.
I love questions, but it's
Group together.
like connections, and you guys are kind of in a similar spot where you were doing awesome, you took a little break, and now you're back to doing awesome. So you're in a similar spot, and that's cool to know that somebody else is there with you. Kelly, you're in this group already, but Andy, I just joined this group by the suggestion of another coach. I think it's called New Wave. Is that what it's called, Kelly?
New Wave Community, yep.
Yeah. And it's an awesome group. It's full of coaches from all different teams. I think the guy who started it, his main reason for starting it was he didn't feel he had support from his upline, or he didn't have it. I don't remember the whole exact
Like
story.
4 or 5 coaches that came together and created the New Wave.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know the whole background, but basically it's filled with people who feel like they need more support, that maybe they don't fit exactly with their team or with their coach. And I hope you feel like you fit with us, but there's so much information in there that I'm like, this is an awesome group. So if you want, I can add you or invite you,
Yes,
however that works. I'll have to see. But you might like that just for a new look and a new twist on things. So
that would be great.
yeah, it's always good to have more info.
He does a branding course once a month too. I think it's once a month, to where like he'll try to help you like zone in on your brand. Like
That what everybody talks about. I'm brand new to this community, and I'm like, I'm loving it. So it's a cool thing. Yeah.
I first did it, and then in the end they talk about opening a website and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm out. It was more commitment right there than I wanted to do. So
Yeah.
but it helped you kind of get kind of a little bit of what you were going after, I guess.
Yeah. Heck yeah. And anything will help. There's not one thing that you're going to do that's going to be like, wow, this one thing is what made my business. It's a lot of little things consistently over time that's going to make a big thing. So that training, maybe it wasn't the game changer for you, but I guarantee you took some nuggets out of it and you learned from it. And that's the whole point of it. So these communities are really cool. So I will get that information for you, Andy, and anybody who's watching this recording. Feel free to let me know if you want to be in there. I think it's pretty much open for anybody who's willing to share and be involved in the community. So, all right, ladies, thank you so much for getting on tonight. I will be online probably until midnight. Every Wednesday, I'm pretty much up until midnight trying to hit my goals. Wednesday is the end of the week, and I want to be here because coaches sometimes have like crisis at 11:59. Like, oh, I need my rank back or whatever. So I will be online. I still want to sign up a coach tonight and maybe sell 2 challenge packs, which is huge. Who knows if I'll do that, but that's my goal. So, and if you guys have any questions, let me know. Send it in that group chat though. Questions. Start sending questions there, because all of the questions that you guys ask me are kind of the same, not just you two, all of you guys, the 11 people in this chat. And I think you could benefit from each other, like hearing the answers, and sometimes somebody might have a different perspective than I do. So it's kind of cool to ask questions to a group.
I kind of forgot about that group chat. So
yeah, do that. You can still send them to me. I still love answering, but I love what Anita started us doing years ago was chats like that. So we still have our original diamond chat, and those girls are my best friends. They know everything about me. You know, like we come to each other for everything, and we're not afraid to like pop in there and be like, guys, I'm really struggling today and I need your help. And then we all build each other up. It's just the coolest thing. But we all started this way, not knowing each other at all. We're from all over the US and Canada, you know, so group chats are really cool. It's really cool for team atmosphere, and that's what I want to build. So feel free to use that chat more, and we'll keep doing these calls, okay?
Okay, thank you, Jill.
Thank you guys for getting on. I appreciate it. And we will talk soon, okay?
See you later.
Yeah, bye-bye. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.